on the post. Hey everyone, so I got my worker bear here. This is Trey. Remember, Trey's 8 years old. He is my farm worker. So while Dad is off working, Mom does take care of the details. One of my viewers left a comment the other day how I handle all these little jobs all around the house. So I've been waiting for this fence to be finished for a while now. And there wasn't any rush to get it done, so it's just been kind of waiting, and the supplies have been here. So during my spring cleanup, I kind of got the ants in the pants to finish the job. I hate post hole diggers. I hate them, hate them, hate them. Our frost line in Michigan is like 42 inches. So trying to get post hole diggers down that low, after about 40 inches, they stop working so well. As you know, when we built our pasture for the cows over there, we bought an auger for the tractor, and you can use a handheld auger and you can rent them, but they're two-person augers, and it's just me here to do these jobs unless I want to wait till Dad's home, and he's got a honey-do list a mile long. It's also haying season. We're doing spring cleanup. We're just doing everything we can. So right now, our cover crop behind me is ready to be plowed under. And we have got rye for a cover crop this year. We will be planting sunflowers soon. In the meantime, we have to plow it under to work the weeds under. The burdock, the thistle. This field gets pretty bad in the burdocks in certain areas. So he wants to plow those under to rip those roots right out. I've gone out in the past with the weed whacker to get them cut down before they go to seed. And it's a lot of work. So we decided to work on our pig fence today. Trey and I, when we get tucked in at night, we talk about our plans. And our plans today were to start on this. And I saw a video on YouTube where an old man did 7 or 8 posts in about 3 hours. And I thought, well, if that old man can do that many posts in that many hours, with a little experience, maybe I could get it down to 3 hours. Well, folks, this post did really well at first. Then that last 10 inches, it just got slow. So I'm proud and ashamed at the same time that this post took about an hour to dig. It was about 85 degrees today, so we waited till the end of the day to come out here. But this is what we've got going on. We wanted to start on the end so that we have it set perfect for our gate, and then we'll go around down the fence line. Now I have 7 posts total that I have to dig, and it takes 3 posts to put up a section of fence. So tonight we might get a second fence post in the ground, and then if we start early tomorrow before the heat, we're supposed to get a thunderstorm tonight. If it doesn't happen, then the ground will be dry. It wouldn't be fun to dig it in the wetness. I've done this enough times with husband that he has taught me about how to use the post hole diggers, and there is a measurement guide on the side. So if you watch the old video where we were putting in the clothesline post, I had found that old video from years ago and just posted that recently, so I remembered about the measurements on the side of the post hole diggers. So that's very helpful. This is for the pigs, so we want it nice and secure. A lot of people just put down some quick posts and some electric fence. I have not had to put up electric fence for the pigs. They have so much space here. One pen here is about the size of maybe 6 barn pens. And right now I have got some barn pigs that would probably be very happy to come out. They're finished and they are ready to go off to be sold and sent to the butcher for ourselves to butcher. So they're freezer ready, and it would be a lot easier Yes, da, 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 da. George is helping with us over there. We've got him set up with Cheerios and a water bottle. And he talks to us. That's right. And he watches us. There's not a lot of thistle in the yard here, so he's being able to crawl around a little bit. And he'll be needing the bath tonight. We've done the job, haven't we?
Yep.
Yep. So fill some dirt in on this side because we got to get that right there.
Yep, I'm doing the whole thing.
Okay. Good job. Good job. So I'm going to help Trey here, and then we'll be able to get a fence mounted and get some more post holes dug. We'll show you how it goes. Okay, so right now I'm at about 3 feet or so. This is where it's starting to get hard. I got a nice pile of dirt started here, and you're only getting out like this much to maybe this much, a handful of dirt every time. And what makes it harder is that you're deeper, so you can't spread those handles out as far to gather a pile. So what was recommended to me by my spouse was to sometimes make the hole bigger at the top so that you have more space for your handles, and then you're not coming up empty so many times. Because a lot of times when it gets this deep, it takes me about 4 digs to actually get a handful of dirt. So I've learned also that instead of from a standing position, I can get more dirt from a kneeling position once I get to this depth. So remember that, and just keep prodding forward. It all is going to get done eventually. All right, my shoveler and I did real good. I do the digging, set the post, make sure it's level, and he fills it in for me. We did a little better with this one. We jiggled it as we were filling it. Of course, I was talking to you on the first one, so I wasn't really thinking about that. So this one's set a little straighter and a little more solid than the first one. But with the rain, we actually got down to clay in the last few scoops. So the rain will really help set these. And with our first pen, I think we got the pigs in there later that day or the next day. So with these pigs, if we wait until the weekend, we could probably get a 3 or 4 day time span between when it's finished and when they're in here. But they will turn all this grass into absolute mud in no time at all. Look at that. These pigs get a lot of shade from this big pine tree that's right here. These pigs won't have the benefit of that, but there's this big walnut tree here. And this area doesn't get a lot of walnut drops, so I feel kind of good about that. I don't know. I know the outer skin of walnuts can be toxic. So if you're going to feed, you know, walnuts and stuff to animals, you got to make sure that that is off. So we're going to clean up. There's been a few sprinkles here, and we got some things. My old tape measure. How many tape measures do you go through in a year? I started getting just cheapos because I don't know what happened to this. It will not retract. I can pull it out, but I have to force it in by hand. And this is just a cheapo tool shop from Menards. But this one probably lasted about a year. And I've got a spare somewhere and it won't last. Can't find it. Trey's got his bright orange one. I got a little yellow one in the house. I have my own off-limits ones usually so that that doesn't happen. So we got 5 more posts to set. We got a corner here where George is at, and then across. So we will work on that tomorrow. Maybe we can do 2 or 3 before lunch. Take a break and come out and do the rest. Just got to space it out, huh, Trey? No point in working ourselves to death, huh? That's right. Okay everyone, so I wanted to show you my post. I got my corner post. And if you're not familiar with this, look it up. It's called the 3-4-5 rule. It's how you use the 3-4-5 rule to determine the squareness of your building or your fence. It can really help you out a lot. We use the measurements of our lengths and our widths to find our corner posts, and then double check to make sure that my posts were set in a straight line, reaching to the next corner post that was already finished. And of course we have our string run, but just to show you here, there's our back corner that we had put in previously. So right now I am working on my 4th post, and I will tell you that it is very slow and it's really hard with the post hole diggers to get deeper. It wouldn't work out for us for me to run the man-powered auger without another adult to hold it. We have the tractor auger, and you can get different sizes on that based on the post holes that you're digging. But this is the tip that I wanted to share with you for digging your post holes. So it's neat and tidy to just dig straight down with your post holes, but then your handles don't want to open up, and getting below 36 inches can be really hard because you can't open up your handles very wide. This works like a clamshell, and as you open the handles here, the bottoms go from open to closed to pull up the dirt. You can't open up your handles, you can't collect the dirt. Also, we're getting down to clay. We've got this nice black dirt, and then we start getting into this clay. So a little handy trick is to not dig it straight down. I just kind of kept going, you know, in an oval. You can use a shovel to get you started through the sod. There's nothing wrong with that. But hydro, use a little water down in the bottom to help soften up that clay. And then I had one more neat trick. This is something that came in a pile of stuff that we got in an auction, and we used it to build our other fence. It's an old pipe that has a shovel handle welded to the top. This is about 5 feet tall or long. Somebody welded a wood splitter tip on the end. So that's just welded on there, and it can pry out rocks deep into our hole. And they've put a hook on it too. Maybe they used it for kind of like working with logs. We're not real sure, but it came in handy for this. So I can take this down here and loosen that dirt up, because it's just solid clay down there. I can hear a rock, and it just goes thud. So I use that, I loosen up more of the soil down at the bottom, and then I can get a couple more scoops. So right now, I am at 40 inches on this hole. 42 inches is the frost line. So I've got to get down a little bit deeper, because what happens is the frost will push your post up when there's freezing. So if you're below that, it'll freeze around your post without pushing the post up. So that's what we're working on now. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, I've got 4 posts left to do. And I am short one 16-foot board that we borrowed for another job. So we decided we're going to just borrow it back and get it done. Got my tray doing my backfilling. I've got my long builder's level. We've got our string for plumb. And then I just check it for straightness here and for level. So checking it for plumb and for level. We're doing some backfilling. I did want to mention, with my hole being bigger, we're able to tamp the soil into the hole a little bit better with using a sledgehammer. And as you're packing your dirt down, you want to make sure that you're not shifting your pole. So keep continuously checking your measurement. So having 2 people to do it is perfect, because then you can keep the production going. So Trey likes to shovel He's a great guy. He's a great guy to have around the farm. He shovels manure. He's a very fit, healthy kid. You don't have to run from so far. Run right through it, Bethy. Yay! It feels good. Go right through the middle. Just hop over the top.
You get a little wet, George?